Nerazzurri fans from all over the world, welcome to the Interglobe for pre-match of Inter-Porto, the most important game of the season for Inter so far. And why do I title Mission Possible with the dollar sign? Mission Possible because Porto, compared, for example, to the round of 16 that we had last year with Liverpool, it's a much easier team to face. And the dollar sign is because this game has an economic value that's really massive, and it goes beyond the 20 million euros that I hear and read about on the news. Why? Because if we pass to the round of 16 and we pass to the quarterfinal, this means that we will get 10.5 million as a UEFA prize, and to this you have to add 7-8 million, because if we pass to the quarterfinal, it means that we're going to have a match at home, and most likely this match will be sold out, and so this means another 7-8 million. And on top of this, you have to add the fact that if we make it to the quarterfinal, it means that we probably will win one of the two games, and we will also get extra millions for this victory, as you always do in Champions League. So let's add another 4-6 million, plus we have to add the prices from the sponsors that will be also included in this. So as you can see, 10.5 plus 8 plus 4-6 from the victories plus the sponsors, it's well beyond the 20 million euros that everybody is talking about. Anyway, as always, we don't care too much about the economic side of things because we are fans and we are driven by passion, and so we should stick to the game. But just as a reminder, talking about the game, talking about Porto, let's not underestimate Porto, because of course this could be the worst mistake we can make, because Porto is a very strong team. Sergio Conceição is a great coach. In fact, he's admired by all teammates like Cannavaro, like Vieri. I remember actually him being interviewed by Vieri and even talking to Cannavaro in the pandemic period, in the lockdown period, and everyone had a lot of esteem for Sergio Conceição as a coach. So let's be careful. Also because Porto is performing well. They have arrived first in the group, in their Champions League group, and they had Atletico Madrid in this group. So, that was an excellent result. Also, they didn't lose a game in their local championship since October. The last game they lost was with Benfica 0-1 in October. So, they are very consistent lately, and they have the best defense of their championship. So these are the pieces of statistics that tell us that we have to be very careful. We don't know yet what type of lineup they will play with, because they have some injured players as well. But usually they play with a 4-3-3 or with a 4-4-2. And what we need to do, and this is my suggestion, is to really dare. Because we have to remember that the goals out of home in this Champions League already, like last year, don't count anymore as double goals in case of draw. And so it's better, for example, to win 4-3 in San Siro than to have a 0-0, which is not so obvious, because mentally we are geared in a way that because of the fact that there was this rule, we kind of think that not conceding goals is better than conceding many. Instead, as I just mentioned, it's better to dare, because without this rule, it's important to score one goal more than the opponents, and we have to take advantage of the home fans, because we're going to have the full stadium really cheering, and it's really important to use this 12th player in this first leg of the round of 16 with Porto. One last note about Porto is Pepe, 39, 40 years old player, so he will provoke, because we know his game. I really pray that our players are briefed properly not to fall into these provocations, because we've seen how some players example, Dumfries against Teo Hernandez in the derby, don't get the fact that some players just play dirty, like Teo Hernandez or like Pepe, and we have to adjust to that. We have to be very mature. In terms of our starting lineup, we will have Tiramolla Onana for sure, will take his place back in the goal. The defense on the sides, it will be Skriniar and Bastoni, because Skriniar rested and Bastoni is playing very well. In the center, I would prefer to play with Acerbi, because I trust him more than De Vrij, but let's see what Inzaghi will choose. This is one of the dilemmas. Then in midfield, we're gonna have on the wings most likely Darmian and Di Marco, and in the center with Barella and Sultan of Swing Çalhanoğlu, probably Mkhitaryan will play instead of Tubeman Brozovic, because Tubeman in the last game, unlike the previous one, didn't give the impression to really be on top of things yet. So we can't risk him in such an important game, especially because our midfield without him has been working seamlessly, honestly. So we're gonna have probably Barella, Mkhitaryan and Çalhanoğlu, with Darmian and Di Marco on the wings, on the flanks, and forward with Lauti, who's gonna play, Lukaku or Dzeko. Now, considering that we will attack the game, I would start with Dzeko, because we're gonna press Porto and hopefully score. After that, in the second half, when Porto will come up and try to tie the game, I would put Lukaku in and put the game to sleep with his runs and physicality. So this would be my strategy. I would start with Dzeko, but of course I trust Simone, because he sees the player and he knows best what to do. The only important thing to remember is that this is the most important game of the season for us, and we gotta win it. If we don't win it, I could also avoid being angry, only if I see the eye of the tiger, the Squid Game mentality, which is if you don't score a goal every 10 minutes, a player loses a limb. Not bad. This is a good motivator, isn't it? Let's hope they'll play with a Squid Game mentality. That's all for today. Please, if you enjoyed the video, punch the like button, subscribe and leave a comment. I'd love to learn how to make these videos better, and we'll talk after the game. Until then, as always, Forza Magica Inter. Ciao!